Sarah, I heard from Tom that you received vouchers for an overseas luxury resort hotel.
Yes, Amy, I already told the family, but we need to buy plane tickets, and the stay dates are fixed.
Then let's clear our schedule and go as a family. Your parents have been having back pain lately, so long flights would be hard for them. Jake would be thrilled for his first trip abroad, too.
Really? But I thought Jake didn't like me.
Is that so? Well, he's a teenager going through puberty, probably just taking out his frustrations on his sweet aunt. He's a cute nephew. Please forgive him.
I suppose, but I still have other concerns. Amy, I won't forgive you if you repeat what you did in the past.
I understand completely.
Are you sure? Last time I trusted you with something, it didn't end well for me.
That was different. I've grown since then, I promise.
I want to believe you, but your track record isn't great.
Looking back, I realize I caused you a lot of trouble back then. Sarah, I assumed you had plenty of free time because you're a novelist. I'm truly sorry.
Well, if you're genuinely sorry, that's good.
I really am sorry. So can I arrange your plane ticket for you this time? I'll pay for it myself. It's my way of making up for the past. You're providing the hotel vouchers after all. Is it okay?
I see. All right, I'll leave it to you.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Just to be clear, you'll book my ticket along with everyone else's, right?
Of course. Don't worry about a thing.
I'm placing my trust in you, Amy. Don't make me regret it.
You won't. I'll send you the confirmation as soon as I book them.
That would be reassuring. When are you planning to book?
I'll do it tomorrow. I promise I won't forget yours.
All right. I'm looking forward to this trip. It'll be good for all of us to spend time together.
Absolutely. It's going to be amazing.
Jake, it's been a while. Have you heard about our trip abroad? It's your first international trip, so you might be nervous, but feel free to ask me anything.
What? I told you to talk to Mom if you have something to say to me.
I'm sorry. I just thought I should properly talk to you about this.
This is annoying. Stop trying to use me to get on Dad's good side. Are you jealous that Dad works at a big company and has money? I've always thought that must be why you want to be so friendly with us.
Excuse me? That's not my intention at all.
Don't play dumb. I heard from Mom. When you used to come to our house all the time, you were always complaining to Mom and bullying her despite being an outsider.
I never bullied her. Did your mom say that? That's strange.
That's what abusers do, you know. They're not even aware of what they're doing. Do you think you can be forgiven for it? You were writing unsuccessful novels and taking out your stress on Mom. You'd come over all the time claiming you were looking after me. I asked Dad and he didn't deny it, so it must be true.
I see, but I think there are some misunderstandings.
Like what? Mom told me everything.
Things aren't always as simple as they seem, Jake.
I don't care. Mom wouldn't lie to me.
Everyone has their own perspective. Maybe someday we can talk about it properly.
I don't want to talk about anything with you.
I understand your point, Jake. If you dislike me, I won't force conversations with you on the day of the trip.
Please don't. I have nothing to talk to you about.
I hope you at least enjoy the trip. It's a beautiful place.
Whatever. Just stay away from me when we're there.
I'll respect your space, Jake.
Good. That's all I want.
Hey, what's going on? Why am I the only one without a plane ticket?
I just told you. I realized at the last minute that I forgot to buy your ticket. The whole family was laughing about it. It was pretty funny. Guess you're on house sitting duty.
This is beyond a joke. You asked to see the hotel vouchers, then snatched them from my hands. And now you're saying you forgot my plane ticket? You did this on purpose.
Don't make it sound so bad. It's no big deal. You just had bad luck, Sarah.
Amy, we discussed this specifically. You promised you'd book my ticket.
Did I? I must have forgotten. We've been so busy preparing for the trip.
That's a convenient excuse. You've had weeks to book the tickets.
Don't be so dramatic. It's just a little mistake.
Getting hotel vouchers and then leaving just me behind? That's not making amends. It's harassment. Aren't you going too far?
What? Are you telling us not to go? That's so cold. What's the problem? Consider it a gift from you to our family. Money really does make people petty. Novelists must be poor, which is why you have no room in your heart for generosity.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Why can't you just be happy for us?
Because you deliberately excluded me. This was planned.
Tom says you'll forgive us anyway.
So my brother is in on this too? I should have known.
He thinks you're overreacting. It's just a trip.
I'm truly speechless. My brother hasn't changed a bit. Let me ask you one last thing. Will you be okay without me? You won't regret this, right?
Of course not. You'd just be in the way. Thanks for giving us some quality time, Sarah. This trip is family only.
Family only? I am family, Amy.
You know what I mean. Real family, the three of us.
I see. Well, enjoy your trip then. I hope it's everything you imagined.
We will. Don't wait up. Sarah, what's going on? Why can't we check into the hotel? I was looking forward to enjoying this super luxury resort. The receptionist says even with the vouchers, we can't check in without you.
Of course not. Those vouchers were prepared for award ceremony participants.
What? What are you talking about? What award ceremony?
You didn't know? I thought Tom would have told you.
Told me what? Just explain.
Actually, I won an award for a novel I wrote last year. The ceremony is tomorrow. The organizers splurged and decided to hold it overseas again this year. That's why the dates were fixed, and unless specifically requested otherwise, those vouchers can't be used without me present. Apparently, there were issues with reselling in the past, and this is their countermeasure.
Why didn't you tell us this beforehand?
I told Tom, he just didn't tell you. Oh, but I might have forgotten to mention that the vouchers couldn't be used without me. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this ridiculous situation.
That's terrible! Shouldn't you have told me such important information directly?
Shouldn't you have checked the number of tickets and informed me earlier? Though I suspect you forgot to buy mine on purpose.
This isn't the time for accusations. We're stuck in a foreign country with nowhere to stay.
That sounds like a personal problem, Amy.
Anyway, please explain the situation to them. It's impossible to find another hotel in a foreign country, and it would be such a waste of money.
Not my problem. Oh, and I'm scheduled to fly there tomorrow.
What? You had a plane ticket?
Did you think I'd let myself be taken advantage of again? I took precautions. It's unfortunate I can't stay there tonight, but I'll make it in time for the award ceremony, so it's fine.
You knew this would happen? Why didn't you say anything?
And miss seeing you get what you deserve? Not a chance.
What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. Either way, I can't get there today. Find some kind person to let you stay with them. Can you speak the language? Well, with smartphones, you'll manage somehow.
This is ridiculous. You can't just leave us stranded.
Like you were going to leave me stranded at home? Funny how that works.
Don't you feel sorry for Jake, you heartless person?
I could say the same to you. Remember what I said? I won't forgive you if you repeat what you did in the past.
Sarah, please. We need your help.
I'll see you tomorrow at the ceremony. Good luck finding somewhere to stay tonight.
Jake, where did you go? I told you not to leave my side because it's dangerous abroad. Things are difficult enough without you causing more trouble.
I'm with Aunt Sarah now.
What?
We're at the ceremony venue. It's amazing here.
What are you doing there? Come back right now.
I've always believed what you said, and since Dad never disputed it, I thought it was true. But it wasn't. Aunt Sarah wasn't a freeloader. She's now a famous novelist and an amazing person.
What nonsense has she been filling your head with?
She didn't say anything bad about you. I figured it out myself.
Don't tell me you switched sides because you think you'll benefit from her. I get it. You hated staying in that hostel yesterday. Sure, there were no amenities, the walls were thin, and there was no privacy. But it's unbelievable that you'd leave your parents for that reason.
That's not it. If anything, I'm grateful to Dad for finding us a place to stay in this unfamiliar country. I went to apologize to Aunt Sarah.
Apologize?
For being rude to her, for believing all those lies.
What lies? I never lied to you.
You deliberately didn't buy Aunt Sarah's ticket, right? At first I thought it was a joke and laughed along, but then you said it was good she wasn't coming, and I thought that was strange. When I asked if Aunt Sarah was coming, you said it was a prank and she'd come later. And now look at our situation.
What's strange about that? You disliked Sarah too, didn't you?
I did because of what you told me, but now I see the truth.
You're being ridiculous. Come back to the hostel right now.
But excluding the person who gave us the vouchers is weird. Even a middle schooler can understand that. It's just not normal. So yesterday I messaged Grandma and Grandpa.
When did you do that?
The hostel had Wi-Fi. When I was little, Aunt Sarah was often at our house, right? I was a sickly child and frequently missed school due to colds.
Yes, Sarah was taking care of you in exchange for money. I had to hire her because novels don't pay much.
But that's a lie.
What?
Grandpa told me everything. Aunt Sarah never took money from you.
Your grandparents don't know what they're talking about.
Aunt Sarah was already a successful novelist back then and was actually quite busy. But she made time to take care of me when I was sick, and she did it for free.
You don't believe me?
I used to, but not anymore. Mom, why did you ask Aunt Sarah to take care of me when you were a stay-at-home mom?
I was busy with various things.
Grandpa said you were out having fun every day.
What?
Always splurging on designer brands and partying. But Dad never stopped you once because he believed a wife spending lavishly was proof of her husband's success.
Your grandfather is exaggerating. It wasn't like that at all.
Then why did Aunt Sarah have to look after me so often?
You're misunderstanding. Yes, I did go shopping, but that was because of social obligations with the other moms. I didn't abandon you.
But that means your relationships with other moms were more important than me, right?
Don't say it like that.
It's the same thing. I was always lonely back then. But because Aunt Sarah was there for me, I could endure it. Every time she came, she'd tell me all sorts of stories and stay by my side until I fell asleep.
Yes, you were happy, but...
Right? But you told me Aunt Sarah was only looking after me because you paid her. That all her kindness was just for money. I was shocked.
That's right. That's exactly it.
It's a lie. You're the only one insisting on that.
Jake, come back to the hostel now. We'll discuss this when we get home.
No, Mom. I'm staying with Aunt Sarah today. Dad just stays quiet, but I know better. He always shuts up when things get inconvenient. In the end, both you and Dad just don't want to be the bad guys. That's why you're accusing me of betrayal now. Mom, have you ever apologized to Aunt Sarah even once?
I've done nothing wrong. Why should I apologize? If anything, Sarah caused us trouble. Unless she gets us a suite room in a super luxury hotel, I won't forgive her.
You're still trying to justify yourself. I realized what a fool I've been. I knew nothing. I apologized to Aunt Sarah, and she let me attend the awards ceremony. Aunt Sarah is exactly the kind, admirable person I thought she was.
What?
When I saw Aunt Sarah on stage, I was certain she's an amazing person. She looked so cool speaking confidently in front of everyone, and after she came down from the stage, so many people approached her for advice, and she responded to each person carefully.
That plain-looking woman?
She's not plain-looking. She's beautiful and talented and kind. She's the aunt anyone would be proud to have.
You're being brainwashed, Jake.
I was such an idiot for not seeing it until now. Aunt Sarah is sincere and a wonderful person. That's why I can't believe you anymore. No, I don't want to believe you anymore.
Hey, I'm your mother. It's a child's duty to respect their parents. Don't say such foolish things. Come back here right now.
I'll meet you for the return flight. Until then, I'm staying with Aunt Sarah.
What?
I've made up my mind. I need some space from you right now.
You can't do this to me. I'm your mother.
I've always blindly believed what my parents said. This overseas experience is incredibly stimulating. I barely understand anything anyone's saying, but that's what makes it fun.
So you're enjoying yourself more than me? Don't be ridiculous. I've been fighting with your father since morning, and I'm in a terrible mood.
I see. But sorry, I don't want to see Mom for a while. I'll see you at the return flight. Goodbye.
Sarah, what's going on? Why is Jake with you?
What do you mean? Jake asked me. Is it so strange to fulfill my cute nephew's wish?
You should have gone through me first.
I did tell Tom as a formality, though I made it clear not to tell you.
You had no right to take my son without my permission.
He came to me, Amy. He wanted to talk.
Why are you doing this? If you can go pick up Jake, bring us along too. Do you have any idea how much we struggled yesterday?
That's rich coming from someone who abandoned the person who brought the hotel vouchers. Amy, do you understand your position? I told you I wouldn't forgive you. You dumped Jake on me and went off to cheat with some guy. You spent all the money I gave for Jake's lessons on designer goods.
That's all in the past.
Is it? It doesn't seem like you've changed at all.
I have changed. I'm a good mother now.
A good mother who lies to her son about his aunt, who tries to leave his aunt behind on a family trip.
Yes, it is in the past. So what? Don't tell me you think your actions have been erased.
My actions? What exactly have I done wrong here, Amy?
You're turning my son against me. You're ruining our family.
What? You're just a novelist. Don't act so high and mighty. Says Amy, who tried to hog the vouchers brought by this novelist. My, it's all your fault, yet you show no remorse at all. It's good I was able to attend the award ceremony without issues. But if I had trusted you and done nothing, it would have been a disaster. I've already told not just my parents, but yours too. At this rate, divorce might be on the horizon.
No way! Stop it! Tom would never agree to that.
Why not? Because he's such a devoted husband? I think we both know that's not true.
Tom loves me. He wouldn't leave me.
No, I've had enough of Tom pretending not to know. This time, I'm done forgiving him. My brother owes me, yet he's been silent all this time.
Owes you?
The only reason my brother could work at a big company is because he attended a prestigious university with money I earned. That university has strong connections with major corporations. I sent him there with money I earned from my novels.
That's a lie. I've never heard that story.
Why would Tom tell you that? It would ruin his image as the successful provider.
Tom never mentioned anything about you paying for his education.
If you didn't know, now you do. The luxurious life you enjoy is thanks to the novelist you look down on. Thanks to me, whom you tried to sabotage. To do something so petty without even knowing that. You're pathetic, filling your son's head with lies. You're the worst mother ever, and the father who turns a blind eye is just as guilty.
You're making this up to turn Jake against me.
Ask Tom, see if he denies it.
Wait, I'll apologize. Isn't that enough? Our flight back is the day after tomorrow. What am I supposed to do until then?
Stay at the hostel like yesterday. I like hostels too. You get to hear all sorts of stories.
That's impossible. Neither Tom nor I speak English. And I've lost my wallet since yesterday. We can barely pay for accommodation at this rate.
That's tough, but don't worry. I'll take care of Jake from now on. It would be cruel to make a child suffer. Rest assured. Oh, the return tickets are in an app, right? So your flight back should be fine.
You can't just take my son from me.
I'm not taking him. He chose to stay with me.
Wait, no way. What am I supposed to do until then?
I don't know. Money problems do make people less generous and more petty. Good luck. I'm cheering for you, at least in my heart.
Are you kidding me?
Not at all. Consider it a learning experience.
After everything I've done for you?
I was feeling really crappy, but thanks to you, I've got great material for a new novel. Thank you very much. When we get back, let me interview you about your penniless experience in a foreign country. Bye-bye.
Sarah, don't you dare ignore my messages. Send me the money.
Watch me.
Mom keeps messaging me, but is it really okay not to reply?
It's fine. Your mom needs to struggle a bit too. As people grow and learn more, it becomes harder for them to admit their mistakes. So they start telling lies without hesitation, but then no one believes them anymore.
I feel bad ignoring her messages, though.
You can reply if you want to. I won't stop you.
No, I think I need this space from her. I'm just worried.
That's understandable. She is your mother, after all.
What you said just now, does that mean no one will believe me either? I was fooled by Mom's lies and said terrible things to you. I'm truly sorry.
Jake, you'll be fine. You realized something was wrong and took action. You acknowledged your mistake and apologized on your own. That's difficult even for adults. It's very admirable that you could do that.
I still feel awful about how I treated you.
We all make mistakes, Jake. The important thing is that you recognized it and are trying to make it right.
You're really kind, Aunt Sarah. When I grow up, I want to be a solid person like you. To do that, I want to make the most of this travel experience.
That's a wonderful goal to have. I'll help you in any way I can.
Thank you. I never knew how accomplished you were. Mom always made it sound like you were struggling.
Well then, tonight I'll take you to a special party. I have lots of friends in this country. I've been invited to a home party. Want to come?
Is it okay for me to go?
Of course. The host would be delighted to meet you.
But I don't speak the language. Won't I be a burden?
Not at all. Many of them speak English, and I'll be there to help translate. Someone will pick us up, so wait a little longer, okay?
Got it. Aunt Sarah, thank you for always being on my side.
Always, Jake. That's what family is for.
Real family, not like what Mom was saying.
Yes, real family. The kind that supports each other through thick and thin. Tom and Amy, who reunited on the return flight, were completely disheveled. Apparently, they had left their belongings in the hostel and had their wallets stolen. They struggled to get theft certificates from the police station. Though they were able to stop their cards immediately, the cash never returned. They didn't have mobile payment set up for overseas use, so they barely got by with the little cash they had on hand. Also, Amy's parents found out about the incident and gave her a severe scolding, saying it was wrong to let her be a stay-at-home wife with so much freedom. They forced her to work full-time at a factory run by a relative. She's berated harshly every day and now works quietly, having lost all confidence. Tom was also furious with me and our parents and seems to have learned his lesson. He can't even look us in the eye now. I once asked Jake if he felt lonely without his mother at home, but he said she was hardly ever there anyway, always out and about. Now his daily routine includes coming to my workplace to study. It would be easy to cut ties with his mother after her rude affair, but for a child, parental divorce can be a life-changing event. So for now, I'll maintain the status quo and keep watching over him.
Sarah, I expect you at our house tomorrow for the marriage discussion.
This is rather sudden. What brought this on?
You're marrying my son James, aren't you? And yet we haven't had a proper formal meeting. As the Williams family head, I need to assess your suitability. My position demands certain standards be maintained.
I apologize for that. Work has been incredibly busy lately. I was planning to visit soon. But tomorrow is too sudden. Could we schedule it for another day?
Planning to visit soon? How vague. Do you have any idea who we are in this city? The Williams name carries weight, responsibility.
I understand your family's position, but I also have commitments that can't be suddenly rearranged. Would next weekend work better?
So this is how you handle important matters? By postponing them? Disgraceful! When I was your age, I was far more responsible. A woman who can't prioritize family matters is simply unacceptable. Unacceptable! What could be more important than meeting your future father-in-law?
With all due respect, my work responsibilities are also important. I'm not trying to avoid meeting you.
Your tone suggests otherwise. James never mentioned what you do. Something menial, I assume. How convenient that work prevents you from meeting us.
There's no need for that kind of attitude. I'm willing to adjust my schedule, but I'd appreciate some basic courtesy.
Courtesy? You dare lecture me about courtesy when you've been dating my son for months without a proper introduction? I had to hear about this relationship from others.
James and I were planning to tell you properly. We wanted to be sure about our relationship first.
As if my son could be uncertain about anything. I raised him to be decisive, unlike some people. Then prove it with actions. I have questions that need answering.
You clearly have strong opinions about me already. But if tomorrow is so important to you, I'll try to make it work.
Try? Either commit or don't waste my time. This wishy-washy attitude is exactly what I'm concerned about. James needs someone who understands our family's standards.
All right, I can adjust my schedule for tomorrow morning. I'll check with James. What time would you prefer?
9 a.m. sharp. I don't tolerate tardiness. And dress appropriately. This isn't some casual meeting.
I understand. I'll be there at 9 a.m.
Obviously. No more excuses. Just be here tomorrow, that's all. And Sarah, be prepared to explain yourself thoroughly.
So that just happened. James, are you free tomorrow? Your father is intense.
Oh, what did he say now? I just saw several missed calls from him. Did he contact you directly?
He's demanding a meeting tomorrow morning. Very adamant about it.
Dad's being his usual controlling self, isn't he? I'm so sorry, Sarah. I should have known he'd pull something like this.
That wasn't pleasant. He seemed quite angry that we hadn't met formally yet.
Well, can't deny that one. I really can't. I've been trying to protect you from this exact situation.
He made some comments about my work being menial. Should I be worried about tomorrow?
He's always like this, judgmental before knowing anything. After I marry you, I'm planning to cut ties with him. He's notorious around here, and honestly, I'm ashamed of him. But you, Sarah, you accepted me for who I am. You don't judge people by their background or status.
James, slow down. Let's not make hasty decisions. He's still your father, even if he's difficult.
You don't know what he's capable of, the way he treated my mother. You mean everything to me. What I'm trying to say is, you don't have to go to this meeting.
He's still the man who raised you, isn't he? He seems like someone who cares about formalities. I think refusing would make things worse. Wouldn't it be better for everyone if we handle this smoothly?
I don't want you exposed to his elitism. He can be cruel, Sarah, especially to people he thinks are beneath him.
Is that why you've been hesitant to tell him about me? About us?
Well, I didn't want him interfering. He has very specific ideas about who I should marry.
Maybe. Plus, you haven't told him about my work or education, have you? I noticed he seemed to assume quite a lot.
Dad either looks down on people or gets jealous. There's no in-between. He's especially controlling about my marriage, and I didn't want him interfering. The last girl I dated, he investigated her entire family, made her cry during dinner because she went to a state school.
That must have been awful for her. And for you, having to watch that.
It was. I broke things off after that. I couldn't subject anyone else to his behavior. Until I met you.
Then let's go tomorrow and help him understand how we feel. We can use this as a turning point. Maybe he'll surprise us.
You're always so optimistic, even after how rude he was to you just now.
I believe in giving people a chance. Besides, I can handle myself.
That's what I love about you, but please promise me something.
What is it?
If he crosses any lines tomorrow, we leave immediately, no discussions.
I promise. But let's try to stay positive.
Okay, if you're sure about this, I'll prepare myself too. Let's stay strong against Dad's attitude tomorrow. Yeah, I'll pick you up at 8:30.
Perfect. James?
Yeah?
Whatever happens tomorrow, we're in this together.
Always. I just wished...
What?
I wish I could give you the kind of family you deserve. A father-in-law who'd welcome you with open arms.
Hey, don't worry about that. I'm marrying you, not your father.
Still, there's so much I haven't told you about growing up with him.
We have time for all those stories. For now, let's focus on tomorrow. One step at a time, okay?
You're right. I should try to get some sleep. Tomorrow will be, interesting.
That's one way to put it. Good night, James. I love you.
Love you too. And Sarah, thank you for being so understanding.
You're 2 minutes late. Punctuality reflects character.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. The traffic was heavier than expected.
Excuses. Always excuses with your type.
Dad, please, we're here now.
Yes, you are. Now, Sarah, let's discuss your background, your family, your education. What makes you think you're worthy of the Williams name? You fraud! Nobody below Harvard is even human! I won't let my son marry beneath him! To think you've been hiding this woman all this time! Did you think I wouldn't find out about her background?
Dad, stop this! You're being completely unreasonable!
Unreasonable! I'm being practical. Break up with this commoner immediately. Leave now before I hit you again. I may be the mayor, but...
Is violence your way of solving everything as mayor? Do you typically assault people who disagree with you?
How dare you question my methods? Not only did you strike me, but kicking James? That's completely unacceptable. I'm shocked you didn't even attend college. What were you thinking, James? You hit her first. She was just defending herself. I am the mayor. I represent this city and its people. My position demands certain standards that she clearly doesn't meet.
Being mayor doesn't give you the right to assault people. Your position should mean more responsibility, not less.
My son, who inherited my genes, graduated from Harvard and worked at a top firm. Naturally, his partner should be of equal caliber. James should... He deserves someone from our circle. I don't want someone from our circle. I want Sarah.
It's James's choice, and he chose me. Are you going to trample on your son's wishes? Is that what a good father does?
So the poor are poor even in their thinking. You can't possibly understand our world.
Excuse me? Your world seems very small indeed.
Listen, I've sworn to bring reform to this city, a society based on academic excellence, academic elitism. Don't you understand? This is bigger than just you or James. Your reforms are destroying children's lives, just like you tried to destroy mine. Judging people by their educational background has always been right. All this nonsense about diversity and accommodating minorities is ridiculous. That's why our society has gone soft.
Is that what you really believe? That human worth is measured only by degrees?
That's exactly why I'm starting something new in this city. A system that rewards excellence, not mediocrity like you. Sarah is brilliant, more accomplished than you'll ever be. And my son's wife won't be someone without proper credentials. That's why I hit you.
I don't accept this. Judging people solely by their credentials? You don't even know me.
I know enough. Your type always tries to marry up.
I got a medical report from the hospital. I could file charges if I wanted to. You should know. I have plenty of connections. Brilliant lawyers, police contacts. I have the networks. Are you trying to...
Stop me? You think your threats scare me? I'm untouchable in this city. Well, you'll be the only one looking foolish here. If you're so desperate to join our family, how much can you offer? Everything has a price.
You're asking for money? Are you trying to buy me off?
Of course, a capable person should be able to earn easily. How about $1 million? That's the price of joining our family. Surely someone of your background could use that much. This is disgusting. You're trying to bribe her to leave?
You probably don't know this, but I'm a professor at MIT. Even knowing that, you still call me common and demand money? Do you have any idea how absurd you sound?
What? Professor? Don't be absurd! You're lying! Impossible!
As an engineer, through various developments, I received an offer. That's actually how I met James. Your son recognized my worth without needing to know my credentials.
You expect me to believe that? Well then, prove it! Show me evidence!
I have my MIT ID card. I'll send you a photo. Judge for yourself. Would you like me to include today's newspaper too?
She's telling the truth, Dad. Sarah is brilliant. Everyone knows it. Except you, apparently.
This better not be fake. I'll have it verified.
I wouldn't do that. If you're that suspicious, feel free to contact MIT directly. I'm sure they'd be interested to hear about a mayor assaulting one of their faculty.
How dare you act so high and mighty? You must have used backdoor connections. A high school graduate becoming a professor? Unheard of! What did you do? Who did you know?
You're right that normally a PhD is required. However, in some cases, the university might make exceptions based on experience and recommendations.
She earned it, Dad, through hard work and innovation, everything you claimed of value.
You expect me to believe you're that special? That the rules don't apply to you?
In my case, it was thanks to various connections and my work. But honestly, judging someone solely by their academic background is wrong. By the way, I heard about your new ordinance, the Elite Education Act, was it? Making middle school students study 5 hours daily? Claiming children without that have no future? It caused quite a storm on social media.
Like I care about the outcry from those beneath us. Only third-rate minds let themselves be swayed by the masses. Once the results come in, everyone will see I was right. People who refuse to work hard deserve to be excluded.
That's quite an outdated perspective. I'm actually surprised the city council passed such an ordinance. Did you consider the impact on working families?
So you won't support my vision then? I've heard there's even AI now questioning my perfect theory and this ridiculous open education platform nonsense. Professor or not, I don't care. Don't get in my way. I don't have time to deal with exceptions like you.
So you're not going to apologize for the assault? For the insults?
For what? Obviously not. I'll find James a wife worthy of being my son's partner. You're out of the question. Get out! And James will discuss your poor judgment later.
There's nothing to discuss. We're leaving together. And Dad, don't contact either of us again. Sarah, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? We should get that bruise looked at.
I'm fine, James. But now I understand why you wanted to protect me from him.
I never thought he'd actually... I should have warned you better.
No one expects their future father-in-law to resort to violence. But I'm more worried about you.
About me?
Growing up with that? It must have been horrible. We should document everything while it's fresh, just in case.
You're thinking ahead even now. This is why I love you.
Let's go to the hospital first. Then we can decide our next steps together.
James, good news! I've found several suitable candidates for your wife, all from excellent families. Harvard, Yale, Princeton. Their fathers are all prominent figures in society. I've arranged meetings with 3 of them. The Chen family's daughter graduated summa cum laude. See, following my guidance is always best.
Dad, stop this.
The Blackwell girl's father is a federal judge, much more suitable than that woman.
Her name is Sarah.
Why don't you dump that woman and come back home? I've prepared everything. Your old room is exactly as you left it.
Dad, I'm cutting ties with you. This ends now.
What? You can't be serious.
I won't be coming back. Not ever.
What are you saying? Are you still upset about being kicked? That was because you were being foolish. This is all your fault. If you had just introduced her properly...
My fault? That you assaulted my fiance?
She provoked me, flaunting her supposed achievements.
Who's really being foolish here? You even raised your hand against my partner. Do you know she still has nightmares about that day?
She's exaggerating. I barely touched her.
Sarah and I had already discussed limiting contact with you depending on how this went, but you exceeded even my worst expectations. I'm deeply disappointed it came to this, but you left us no choice. Don't apologize, James. At least you must remain correct. A true Williams never admits defeat. Why? Because I was your first test subject for the Elite Education Act? Your guinea pig? Don't phrase it so crudely. Everything I did was for your future. But it's true, isn't it? Yes, thanks to you, I got into a good university. But at what cost? Cost? What cost? You had everything! Going to prep school every day since elementary. No sports allowed, no field trips, no school festivals. They were all wasted time. I don't have a single memory of enjoying school. Do you know what that does to a child? Of course, school is for learning, not playing. Your upbringing was the correct way. Look how successful you are now. I was miserable every single day. Miserable with all those opportunities, you ungrateful child! I disagree. There are things you can only learn through human interaction and accomplishment. It was painful, Dad. That's why I moved out, using work as an excuse. You moved out to focus on your career. That's what we agreed. Being forced to study only leads to mediocrity. I never enjoyed learning until I met Sarah. What has she done to you, poisoning your mind with her common ideas? When I told Sarah about all this, she suggested we redo those experiences I missed. She took me to her old school's festival, let me participate in her niece's sports day. For the first time in my life, I felt free. It was incredibly fun. That's what education should be. What? You've been wasting time on such nonsense after graduation? Playing like a child? I didn't just teach you about studying. I taught you to dedicate most of your life to self-improvement. Have you forgotten that? No, I haven't forgotten. I remember every minute of it, every tutor, every practice test, every punishment. Yes, you have. They say children who leave their parents never amount to anything. How true. You're becoming soft like them. I only allowed it because your mother insisted. And now look, this open education platform nonsense is spreading through society, corrupting everything I built. Sarah created that, and I'm proud to be part of it. What? What did you say? You know that free online education platform everyone's talking about? The one where anyone can learn? Sarah proposed it after hearing about my painful experiences. It lets everyone learn at their own pace, enjoyably. No pressure, no violence, no shame. That's what got her recognized as an engineer. That's why MIT wanted her. This is ridiculous. Every reporter talks about that platform when discussing education. They're even using it to criticize the ordinance I worked so hard to create, my perfect system. That's why I'm not getting the recognition I deserve. And you, of all people, you helped her do this? I chose the person I love, and I fully support Sarah's vision. So let me be clear, Dad. You're wrong. You've always been wrong. How far will you go to mock me after everything I sacrificed for you? Actually, since I'm involved in the business, I know the statistics. Over half the kids in this city use our service. Moreover, more than 90% report improved grades. And you know what else? They're happy. And the average daily use is just 1 hour. The data shows there's no need for 5 hours of studying. Quality over quantity, Dad. What? Are you saying I'm wrong? That my methods were... We also did a survey. Hardly anyone follows your 5-hour study ordinance. Thanks to Sarah, I've been able to prove you wrong. I'll be announcing this data publicly soon as the company's CEO. CEO? You left your prestigious position for this? Yeah, after Sarah became a professor, she let others run the company. With their recommendation, I quit my corporate job to become CEO. From now on, I'll use my past experiences to spread a new approach to education to make sure no other child suffers like I did. Why? What was all my effort for then? I worked myself to the bone to get into Harvard, fought my way up to become mayor, created the perfect system. Everyone should follow my example. It's the only way to succeed. That kind of narrow-minded thinking is the problem. I won't forgive you for hurting Sarah. Your position as mayor won't last long. Please face reality. No, I can't go back to being nothing. You can't do this to me. Please, James, don't do anything to bring me down. You're carrying my hopes and dreams, everything I ever wanted. I'm not your tool. I'm only grateful for one thing, all the studying you made me do. It helped me understand how broken the system is. That's it. Goodbye, Dad. And make sure you apologize to Mom someday for making her run away. She was right about you all along. James! James, wait! You can't just...
Can I help you? This is an unexpected call.
Sarah! Yes, it's me. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
It's been a while, Richard. What do you need? I heard you were forced to resign as mayor after the recall petition. We haven't spoken since that marriage meeting.
Yes, that's right. The recall, it wasn't fair. But that's not why I'm calling.
Then why are you calling? It's been almost a year since you assaulted me.
I truly regret what happened then. Thank you for settling out of court. I'm genuinely grateful. You could have ruined me completely.
Is that all? Or are you trying to contact James since he's blocked your calls? Or perhaps you want to discuss my recently announced new educational program? The one that's replacing your Elite Education Act?
No, I can see how hard you both are working. I'm not here to criticize that. Times change after all.
That's new. You admitting things can change. So what brought this on?
Well, you see, life has become quite difficult.
Are you having money troubles? Is that it? I noticed your house is up for sale.
Well, I am broke, if you must know. The legal fees, the settlement, and no one will hire a disgraced mayor.
So what is it you want? Money? A job? Why come to me?
Well, I've become quite infamous. Life has become difficult. Since my forced resignation, all my friends and allies have abandoned me. Even when I apologized to my wife, she said she never wants to see me again. I'm lonely. The silence is deafening.
That must be hard, being alone with your thoughts.
I've had time to reflect about my actions, my beliefs. Perhaps I was too rigid.
Perhaps? You drove your wife away, alienated your son, assaulted me. And that's just what I know about.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm here. I want to make amends.
I see.
You two must be thinking about having children soon. With both of you working, you'll need help. What do you say? Why don't we all live together? I could help with the grandchildren.
I see. If you're feeling lonely, remember, you created this situation yourself. Every step of the way.
What did you say? How dare you, after I humbled myself to come here?
There it is, the real Richard Williams, still feeling entitled after everything.
Why? I'm James' father. We're blood relatives. If your father was so great, why won't you give me a chance? Don't you believe in second chances? Your education platform is all about that.
My father was a factory foreman who worked in a small manufacturing plant. Despite being poor, he worked hard to support us and make us happy. He taught me that true education starts with kindness. Now, it's my turn to make my new family happy. And Richard, you're not welcome in it.
You're still holding that grudge after all this time? I lost everything because of you.
Put your hand on your heart and think carefully about everything you've done, about who really caused your downfall.
I've lost my position as mayor and realized my mistakes. I'll admit it. You were right. I regret my actions. Could you give me another chance? I have nowhere else to go.
That sounds rehearsed, Richard. Like you're reading from a script.
Oh, I mean it. I've changed.
I see. Then I'll answer you the same way you once answered me. Let's test how much you've changed.
You will? You'll help me?
How much can you offer? $1 million should do it. That was the price of family membership, wasn't it?
You're asking for money, but you know I'm broke. This is cruel.
Isn't that what you said back then? That joining your family required appropriate compensation? That everything has a price?
I was just getting carried away when I said that. You can't hold that against me now.
Have you ever apologized to James? If you had called today to apologize to him, I might have considered it, but you're still only thinking about yourself. About what you need, what you want.
James won't even talk to me. How can I apologize?
We can't entrust our child to someone like you. Please, live your life as you see fit, and don't worry about us. We're doing fine without you.
Wait! Give me another chance. This time I'll do it right. I swear I'll follow the right path. I'll do anything.
I'm sorry. I can't save you. As you said, people from poor backgrounds have poor minds and no capacity for generosity. Your words, remember? Goodbye.
Wait! Please! You can't do this to me! I'm family! Hey, damn it! Answer me!
Sarah, are you okay? I saw Dad tried to contact you.
I'm fine. He hasn't changed at all. Still thinking only of himself.
What did he want?
To live with us. Help with our future children.
You're kidding. After everything he did.
He's lost everything, James, but he still can't admit his real mistakes.
Did he even apologize for hitting you?
No, he just wanted a way back in. I'm sorry if I was harsh with him.
Don't apologize. You did the right thing. We need to protect our future family from him.
I know, but it's still sad, isn't it? That he can't change.
Yes, it is. But we have each other. That's what matters now. Hey, Sarah, did you see the news? The breaking news alert just came in.
No, what happened? Is everything okay?
Yes, breaking and entering plus assault.
The suspect was the former mayor, your father, right? He attacked a security guard.
What? Where?
That apartment complex. Wasn't that where we used to live? Before we moved?
Yes, the Highland Apartments. He must have been looking for us.
He must have gone to our old address that he knew about. Good thing we never told him where we moved to. You were right, James.
I know my father's behavior patterns pretty well. When he can't control something, he tries to take it by force.
The article says he was demanding to know our new address. When the guard wouldn't tell him,
He snapped, just like with you.
the guard is okay though, just minor injuries. They've taken your father into custody.
I won't let him destroy this safe space I've protected. Never again.
Are you okay? This must be hard to process.
Actually, I feel relieved, like a weight has been lifted. Sarah, at first it was just a business. Who would have thought it would lead to this? That night changed everything.
Thanks to you getting drunk at that business dinner. You were so cute, talking about educational reform.
Please don't bring that up, it's embarrassing. I still can't believe I cried about my childhood on our first real conversation.
It was honest, real. That's why I fell for you. But, when I heard about how you suffered growing up in such an opposite environment from mine, I wanted to create a future where people could freely choose their path regardless of their circumstances. The education platform was one step toward that. As an educator, I'll keep working hard. You will spread the message your own way. This isn't just for our dreams anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly why. We need to keep pushing forward for all the kids out there.
You have really helped me stay strong through everything. And I'm here because of you too.
We make an unstoppable team. The platform's success proves it.
Of course, let's be the strongest power couple ever. Speaking of which, I have some news.
News? Good news?
Remember that meeting last week? The one I couldn't tell you about?
Yes, the mysterious video call.
The National Education Board wants to implement our platform nationwide. They're impressed with the results.
Sarah, that's amazing!
There's more. They want you to speak at the annual conference about your experiences, about how education can be different.
I don't know what to say. Are you sure I'm ready?
You're more than ready. Your story needs to be heard.
Will you help me prepare? I want to do this right.
Of course, always. The news about your father has finally died down. The media cycle has moved on.
Good. Did you see the latest delivery confirmation?
To his house? Yes, at least we know he's eating.
I still can't believe Mom reached out after all these years.
She saw the news too. She's worried about you.
She gave us her blessing for the wedding. That means everything.
She's coming to the ceremony. Did I tell you? She wants to help with the planning.
Really? That's wonderful.
Your mother has good taste, and she's so kind. Nothing like.
I know. I wish I had chosen her side back then.
You were a child. You didn't have a choice. But now, we can make better choices.
For our future. For our family.
Speaking of family, the doctor confirmed it today.
Confirmed? Wait! Are you…
Yes, we're going to have a baby.
Sarah! I love you so much. Both of you.
We'll do things differently. No pressure, just love and support.
Our child will never know the pain I knew. They'll be free to choose their own path.
With two parents who understand the value of true education, of happiness, of freedom.
When should we announce it? After the conference?
Yes, perfect timing. A new generation, a new approach to learning.
Sarah, thank you for everything.
For what? Being your business contact? Getting drunk with you? Creating an education platform?
For showing me what family should be, what love should be, what education should be.
Always. Now, about your speech. Ready to practice?
With you, I'm ready for anything.
After Richard's arrest for breaking and entering made headlines, the controversy reignited. The story was picked up by national media, and social media exploded with discussion that shows no signs of dying down. Richard hasn't left his house since.
though delivery confirmations show he's still alive. Meanwhile, I recently got in touch with James's mom, who fled from her husband after James started working. She's given us her blessing for our marriage. Having both grown up in complicated families, we're determined to create a brighter future. That's why James and I continue working hard each day, each in our own way.
Liz, how are things going on your side? Are you managing to get by all right? Sorry for suddenly reaching out. It's just that I started to worry about you. Oh, about that. Is something wrong? Could you do me a favor and never contact me again? What? Wait, what's going on? Is this some sort of joke? Does anything about this seem like a joke to you? I'm completely serious. Did I do something to upset you? If I've offended you in any way, I'll apologize. No, it's not that. Then why? Why, you ask? Isn't it obvious? I don't want a pensioner hanging around my life anymore. What is that supposed to mean? About 6 months ago, I came across a letter addressed to you by accident. It said your pension is just $650. Wait, you went through my mail without permission? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Are you losing your memory already? Honestly, it just proves how much of a burden you've become. I should have cut ties with you sooner. I mean, the idea of taking care of an unrelated old woman is just absurd to me. And honestly, you've always been an annoyance. Having someone who isn't even family loitering around the house, it's been unbearable. And then there's how you act like you're my mother just because you married my father. Seriously, it's disgusting. This is unbelievable. I knew you didn't like me, but I didn't think you'd go so far as to think these things. How could you not know? The only reason I tolerated you until now was that you were useful for doing housework and running errands. If you felt that way, why didn't you just move out and live independently sooner? You're already 35 years old, yet you don't work, you don't help with housework, and you spend your days lazing around. Excuse me? Who do you think you are to speak to me like that? You're disgusting. You were the one who started with insults. And now, just because I said something back, you can't handle it? Shut up! And for your information, I've already moved out of the house. Simply moving out doesn't mean you've become independent. All you've done is switch from leeching off your parents to leeching off your husband. Look at you, scrambling for words. It's so pathetic. I get it. Whenever you're cornered and can't come up with a comeback, you resort to insults and deflection. You really are someone who values their pride above everything else, aren't you? Okay, whatever you say. I've got you figured out anyway. You probably thought you could secure your future by cozying up to my husband since he's a company president, didn't you? Too bad for you, though. I'm cutting you off completely. Don't even think about trying to latch onto my husband or our life anymore. So, you're saying you're cutting ties with me entirely? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Are you absolutely certain about this? Wow, this is just pitiful. You're nothing but a miserable old hag panicking because she's about to be abandoned. It doesn't matter what you say anymore. It's already too late. Just do as I say and disappear. All right, I understand. Oh, and another thing, don't even think about spreading lies about me to Dad. You love playing the victim, don't you? But guess what? He's not going to buy it.
I wasn't planning to.
Sure. You always act so noble, don't you? Always pretending to take the high road. It's laughable, but let me give you a heads up. I've already told him how much of a burden you've been on me.
A burden? I did everything I could to keep this family together after your mother passed. I gave my time, my energy, and this is how you repay me?
Oh, please, spare me the sob story. Do you honestly think I care? You weren't doing it for me. You were doing it for yourself. You wanted to play the martyr. Well, congratulations. You did a great job.
You have no idea what I went through, what I sacrificed.
Sacrificed? Hilarious! You think staying in this house was a sacrifice? Nobody asked you to stick around.
I stayed because your father asked me to, because I believed this family needed someone to support it.
And look how well that turned out. You're delusional if you think anyone needed you. Honestly, the best thing you can do now is to just disappear.
Is this really what you want? To sever all ties? To throw away everything?
Yes, it is. And the sooner you get that through your head, the better.
Fine. If that's how you feel, I won't bother you again.
Good. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Heather, good evening.
Oh, Kyle. What brings you here?
I was wondering if I could ask for some advice about running my business.
Oh, Kyle, I'm not exactly the kind of person who should be giving advice to others about things like that.
Oh, come now, don't say that. I've always admired you and wanted to learn from you.
Well, about that. First, can we address something? The way you call me Heather, I think it's best if I'm honest. I don't see us as family anymore.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? I'm Liz's husband and Liz is your stepdaughter, so is it because she's not your biological daughter? Are you saying that as her husband, I'm not family either?
No, that's not it. I've always considered Liz my daughter, even though we're not related by blood. And because of that, I've also thought of you, her husband, as part of the family.
Then why? Why are you saying this now?
It's because Liz told me the other day that she wants to cut ties with me.
What? She said that? But why?
She said she doesn't need some pensioner hanging around her life. That she doesn't want to take care of an old woman who isn't even related by blood.
That can't be true. There must be some kind of misunderstanding.
I wish it were a misunderstanding, but that's what she said. And because of that, Liz decided to sever ties with me. So, I think it's only right to say that you and I are not family anymore either.
No, wait, I don't even know what to say. What was the point of all this? Why did I even get married if...
By the way, I've been hearing rumors. They say your company's in trouble, that the business isn't doing so well. Is that true? Were you hoping for some kind of financial support from me?
No, I mean, it's not like that.
I see. I'm sorry, Kyle. It's not that I bear any ill will towards you, but I'm afraid I can't help you. You'll have to find a way to turn the company around on your own.
I understand, but still, this just feels so unfair.
Hey, stop ignoring me. Answer the phone already. You're so persistent, calling me hundreds of times like this. What is your problem? It's your fault for ignoring me. Weren't you the one who told me never to contact you again?
That's not how I meant it. I meant you shouldn't contact me.
But that doesn't give you a reason to ignore me when I call. You're unbelievably selfish. I always knew you had a terrible personality. But this is a new low.
That doesn't matter right now. What I want to know is, what's going on? Kyle is furious and saying he's going to divorce me. Why is this happening? Explain yourself.
Didn't Kyle tell you what's going on?
He told me, but it doesn't make any sense. He seems upset about me cutting ties with you, but isn't that ridiculous? Kyle should feel the same. You're nothing but a meddling stepmother to him, not even related by blood. Honestly, cutting ties with you was supposed to be for Kyle's benefit too. So why am I the one being scolded here?
So, is that all Kyle told you?
No, there's more. He also said something like, if I couldn't be connected to Heather, I wouldn't have married you. What does that even mean? Heather, that's you, isn't it?
Ah, so Kyle's true intentions are finally out in the open.
What? Gross! What are you saying? There's no way someone like you would be the reason. Don't flatter yourself.
That's not what I mean. He wasn't after me as a person. He was after my resources. To be specific, my money, my connections, and the influence I hold.
What are you even talking about?
You really have no clue, do you? You've lived under the same roof with me for so long, and yet you understand nothing. I may be retired now, but I still own several companies. They're part of a fairly large business group.
What? That can't be true.
Why not?
Because you've never shown any sign of it.
I told you, didn't I? I'm mostly retired. I worked non-stop when I was younger, and it wore me out. But surely you remember those visitors who used to come to the house occasionally?
I thought those people were Dad's clients.
No, they were my old associates. Sometimes they would visit me for advice on business decisions. But then again, you always holed up in your room whenever we had guests, so I guess I can't blame you for misunderstanding.
But that doesn't explain why this has anything to do with Kyle. Why is he talking about divorce?
Isn't it obvious? It's simple, really. Kyle never actually loved you.
What?
Didn't you know? Kyle's company is struggling financially. That's why he married you, to gain access to my support.
That's ridiculous. That can't be true. He took me to expensive restaurants and gave me wonderful gifts.
That's nothing more than a cheap investment on his part. A little digging would have shown you that his company is on the verge of collapse. But no, you only cared about the fact that he had the title of CEO.
That's not true. I married him because I love him.
Sure, and now you can support him, even if his company goes bankrupt and he's left penniless.
Wait!
What now? You said you love him, didn't you? That shouldn't change, even if he loses his CEO title.
No, I love him, and that's why I need to help him before it gets to that point. Please, Mom, you can do something, can't you? Help him out.
I could probably do something about it.
Thank goodness. Then there's no problem.
I could, but I won't.
What? Why not?
Why should I?
Because if his company collapses, I'll be affected too. You're my mother. Help me.
Ah, and that right there is the problem.
What do you mean?
Of course a mother would help her daughter if she's in trouble.
Then,
But you're not my daughter anymore, are you?
how could you say something so cruel?
Cruel? Weren't you the one who declared we were cutting ties?
That's because I didn't know you were such an important person.
Do you really think that excuses it? And stop calling me Mom.
Please, don't say things like that. I take it back. I take it all back.
It's too late for that now.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Because I dislike you, obviously.
No.
Why would you think I wouldn't?
You're horrible.
Funny, those were your exact words to me.
I've had enough. I was stupid to even think of asking you for help.
Well, at least we can agree on one thing. You are indeed stupid.
I was willing to meet you halfway, but I don't need Kyle specifically.
What are you saying?
I'm incredibly popular, you know? There are plenty of other men vying for my attention. If I'd known Kyle was such a pathetic excuse for a man, I never would have chosen him. I'll divorce him myself. There are tons of men who are completely smitten with me.
Unbelievable.
What's unbelievable? That's the truth. Too bad for you. You tried to sabotage me, but it's all pointless.
That's not what I meant when I said unbelievable. Kyle married you for my support, didn't he?
It seems so. Truly, he's a terrible man. I was completely deceived.
And what about the other men who are smitten with you? Do you think they're any different?
What?
Think about it. You're 35 years old, still living at home until recently, and you've never held a job or helped with household chores. You don't have any particular skills, and frankly, you're not exactly a beauty queen. How could you suddenly become so popular?
What are you saying? I'm plenty attractive.
Oh, then what's the reason for your newfound popularity?
There are lots of reasons. Maybe I've grown more alluring with age.
Sure, some women do become more attractive as they grow older.
Exactly! That's what
But those women have worked hard, lived fulfilling lives, and developed themselves through their experiences. That's not you.
How dare you? I've worked hard too.
Have you, though?
Of course I have. Look at all the men who find me charming.
Deep down, you know the truth, don't you? They're all just like Kyle. Word must have gotten out that you're my daughter. Ambitious men are flocking to you, hoping to use you as a stepping stone.
No way! They all tell me I'm cute and...
Let me expand in another submission. They tell you you're cute, that you're charming. That's nothing but flattery designed to make you drop your guard. And you, desperate for attention and validation, lap it up like a fool.
Stop it! Stop talking like that! You don't know anything about me or my relationships!
Oh, but I do. After all, you've been living under my roof all this time. I've watched you flit from one meaningless hobby to another, never committing to anything for more than a few months. You've never held a job or taken responsibility for anything. And now you're expecting me to clean up the mess you've made of your life?
I didn't make a mess of anything. It's not my fault Kyle turned out to be a liar.
Kyle's behavior is his own responsibility. But you chose to marry him. You chose to ignore the warning signs, and now you're paying the price for your own poor judgment.
How could you be so heartless?
Heartless? You were the one who told me to stay out of your life. You made it abundantly clear that you wanted nothing to do with me. So why should I care about what happens to you now?
I didn't mean it. I was just angry.
And that's supposed to excuse your behavior? Do you think you can say whatever you want, hurt whoever you want, and then just take it all back when it's convenient for you?
I'm your daughter.
Not anymore. You forfeited that right when you told me you wanted to cut ties.
No, I didn't mean it. Please, I'll do anything. Just help me fix this.
Anything? That's quite a promise.
I mean it. I'll do whatever it takes.
Fine. Here's what you're going to do. First, you're going to divorce Kyle.
Divorce him? But...
No buts. If you want my help, that's the first step. Kyle is only using you, and the longer you stay married to him, the more damage he'll do.
All right. I'll divorce him.
Good. Once that's done, you're going to get a job.
A job?
Yes, a job, and I don't mean some cushy position handed to you by one of my connections. You're going to find a job on your own and learn what it means to work for a living.
I've never worked before.
That's exactly the problem. It's time for you to grow up and take responsibility for your own life.
But what kind of job am I supposed to get?
That's up to you. Find something you're capable of doing. Start small if you have to. The important thing is that you're doing something productive.
I don't know if I can do it.
You can and you will. You don't have a choice anymore.
And what about you?
What about me?
Will you be there for me?
I'll be watching, but don't expect me to hold your hand every step of the way. If you want my support, you're going to have to earn it.
I understand.
Do you really?
Yes, I'll do it. I'll do whatever it takes.
We'll see. Actions speak louder than words. And don't think this is a one-time fix. You're going to have to prove yourself every single day. I won't just forgive you for your mistakes because you say you're sorry.
I know. I understand. I'll prove it to you.
Good. Let's start with the divorce. Don't even think about dragging it out. Get it done quickly.
But what if Kyle wants to fight it? He's not going to let me go that easily.
Then let him fight, but don't expect me to step in and save you. You wanted to cut ties, and you're going to have to follow through with it. You're an adult now, and it's time to stop running away from your problems.
I don't know if I can handle this.
You can, and you will. It's not about whether you can handle it or not. It's about doing what needs to be done, and you'll find a way, or you'll fail. There's no middle ground anymore.
I hate that you're making me feel like this, like I'm worthless.
I'm not making you feel anything. You're making yourself feel worthless by refusing to take responsibility for your actions. You've been playing the victim for far too long, and it's time to stop.
I've been trying, Mom. I've been trying to fix things.
Then show me. Show me that you're serious. I'm not going to hold your hand through this. It's time for you to take charge of your own life.
I will. I promise.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I won't. I mean it. I'm going to change. I'll get a job. I'll divorce Kyle. I'll do whatever it takes to make things right.
I hope you do, because if you don't bother coming back to me for help.
What if I fail?
Then you'll have to pick yourself up and try again. No one's going to do it for you.
But what if I can't do it? What if I mess up?
That's the point. You will mess up. But it's how you handle the mess-ups that matter. Life isn't about never failing. It's about how you rise after you fail.
You're being so hard on me.
I'm being hard because I know you're capable of more. I'm being hard because I know you can do better. But you have to want it, and right now, you don't look like you want it.
I do. I really do. I'll show you. I'll prove it.
Show me then. Prove it with your actions, not your words.
You'll see. I'll change.
I'm not interested in hearing your promises anymore. I'll believe it when I see it.
Hey, what's going on? Why can't I open the door to the house?
Well, the thing is, I changed the locks.
What? Why?
Why? I'd like to ask you that question. Isn't it a little too soon?
Too soon? What are you talking about?
You made such a big deal out of everything, and now it's only been 2 days since then, hasn't it?
Well, that's because after I told everyone that I had cut ties with my mother, everyone's attitude changed completely.
See? I told you so.
What's with that tone? I'm the victim here. How can you talk to your daughter who's been hurt and deceived by a man like that? You can't say things like that. Anyway, let me into the house. I'm tired. I'm hurt.
No, I won't. It's disturbing to have someone I don't even know wandering around my house.
How can you say something so cruel?
Well, that's exactly what you said to me before.
I'm sorry. I may have had some issues too. I regret it, and I apologize. So please, forgive me.
I also, and may have, you say. You haven't really reflected on anything, have you?
Of course I have. Why are you being so mean?
Well, you can keep playing the victim if you want. But you're not getting into this house. Besides, I'm putting this house up for sale.
What? Why?
I plan to move to the countryside and live a more peaceful life.
What is that supposed to mean? I don't want to live in the countryside.
Don't worry, I'm not planning to tell you where I'm moving. Actually, I was going to move out quickly, but I didn't expect you to come crying to me so soon.
Wait a minute. Then what am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean? There's no way Dad will let this happen.
I've already discussed it with him. There's no way I can take care of you anymore.
Wait! Fine. I'll live in the countryside too. I'll bear with it.
No. I've already surpassed my limit for putting up with things.
I'll help with the housework. That's it. Look, both Mom and Dad are getting old, right? Aren't you worried about the future? I can help take care of them.
Don't worry about it. We've saved enough for our retirement, so it's all taken care of. And you don't need to force yourself. You were the one who said it, right? You'd never want to take care of some old lady who's not even your blood relative.
Well, that's...
And I feel the same way too.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I won't take care of anyone who's not even related to me. I absolutely refuse to do that.
I can't believe you.
So, that's the situation. Don't ever contact me again.
Wait, you're seriously not going to help me? After everything I've gone through, you're just going to turn me away like this?
I told you, I can't help you anymore. You've made your choices, and now you have to live with them. I'm done with the drama.
I haven't had a choice in any of this. You have no idea what I've been through. You don't know how hard it's been for me.
I know it's been hard, but that doesn't mean I have to carry your burdens anymore. I've got my own life to think about. Everyone has their own struggles.
That's exactly it. You just don't get it, do you? You've always been so focused on your own life, never understanding how tough it is for me.
You think I don't understand? You think it's easy for me too? I've had my share of difficulties, but I don't go around blaming everyone for them. I've worked hard for what I have, and I don't expect handouts from anyone.
You're always so self-righteous. You think you're the only one who's had to work hard, but you don't know what it's like to be completely alone, to feel like there's no one left to turn to.
I'm not trying to be self-righteous, but I can't keep enabling you. You need to face reality, and I need to move on with my life.
You just don't care about me at all, do you? After everything I've done for you, you can just throw me out like this?
It's not about not caring. I do care about you, but there's nothing more I can do. You've made your decisions, and now you have to deal with the consequences.
I hate you. I hate everything about this. How can you just turn your back on me like this?
I'm not turning my back on you. I'm just letting you go. You need to figure things out on your own now. My daughter-in-law contacted me multiple times, but every time I ignored her. I didn't want to engage, not because I didn't care, but because the situation had reached a point where it felt like the only option I had. It wasn't just about the usual annoyance or misunderstanding. There was a much deeper issue at the core of why I couldn't bring myself to help her out. Even though I could see she was struggling, she had put herself in a position where there was no easy way out. And her behavior had alienated everyone around her, including me. She had always lived at her parents' house, which in itself wasn't necessarily a bad thing. But over time, I had noticed that she hadn't developed strong friendships or any meaningful connections with others. It wasn't that she didn't try, it just seemed that, in a way, she withdrew from everyone. Most of her time was spent in isolation, focusing on what was wrong in her life rather than seeking out help or companionship. Her life had slowly been shrinking, and without anyone to turn to, it became clear that she was losing hope. Things had gotten even worse when her marriage to Kyle, her husband, ended in divorce. It wasn't a sudden decision. Their marriage had been on a downward spiral for quite a while. They fought constantly, and it was clear to anyone who paid attention that neither of them was happy. When they finally separated, I could see that she was unprepared for the aftermath. Divorce is always difficult, especially when you don't have a support system. She found herself alone, without the emotional backup of her husband, and without a reliable group of friends to fall back on. The fact that she had no one to lean on made the entire experience more painful for her. She had lost her connection to everything familiar, and the fear of starting over in such a broken state was overwhelming for her. As if that weren't enough, the men who had once shown interest in her when things were still good between her and Kyle completely turned their backs on her. I can't say I was surprised, but it certainly added to her feelings of abandonment. These men who had flirted with her when she was married no longer paid her any attention once her marriage ended. It was as though they had used her, and when they no longer had any reason to keep in touch, they simply vanished. The blow to her self-esteem was crushing. The rejection she faced from these men at such a vulnerable time made her feel like she was completely worthless. A feeling I can only imagine was even more devastating for her than the divorce itself. With no one to turn to and nowhere else to go, she did something that I still find difficult to comprehend. She ran to the police. She was desperate and clearly didn't know what else to do. In her mind, her situation had become unbearable. And the only way she could think of to get the help she needed was to claim that being kicked out of her own house was abuse. I couldn't believe it when I first heard. I knew that she was in trouble, but this seemed like an extreme way of handling things. She wasn't a child, she was a grown woman, 35 years old. And yet, here she was, throwing herself at the mercy of the police, claiming abuse. It was hard to reconcile the image of this adult woman with the helpless figure she had become. The police listened to her side of the story, as they were obligated to do. After hearing her out, one officer, who seemed to have some experience with these types of situations, responded calmly. He told her, "You're 35 years old now. Maybe it's time you started learning how to stand on your own 2 feet. This might be difficult, but perhaps this is a sign that you need to try to become independent." His words were not harsh, but they were firm and logical. She was no longer a young girl. She was an adult, and it was time for her to face the reality that she had to take responsibility for her life, no matter how hard it was. But instead of taking those words to heart, she completely broke down. She collapsed in front of the officers and began to sob uncontrollably. She cried so loudly that it was difficult to ignore, and it was clear to everyone in that police station that she had reached her breaking point. She screamed and wailed, demanding that someone, anyone, help her. The scene was chaotic, and I could only imagine how the officers must have felt, but I wasn't there. I wasn't the one witnessing her desperate outburst. All I knew was that, in that moment, I felt a deep sense of shame. I was embarrassed. I could feel the heat rush to my face when I got the phone call from the officer who had been handling her case. The officer explained to me what had happened, and he also mentioned that my daughter-in-law had asked him if I could take her in and look after her. She was asking for shelter, support, anything that would help her through this crisis. The shame I felt in that moment was indescribable. Here she was, a grown woman, making such a scene and asking me, her mother-in-law, to take care of her as though she were a child. I couldn't. It wasn't that I didn't care about her. I did, but there was only so much I could do. I had my own life, my own responsibilities. I didn't have the emotional energy to offer her the kind of help she needed. She had made choices that led her to this point, and now it was time for her to face those choices. I politely declined the officer's suggestion. I told him that I couldn't take her in. Not because I didn't want to help her, but because I didn't think it would be good for her. She needed to face the consequences of her actions, and I couldn't be the one to shield her from that. The officer did not argue with me. Instead, he expressed some sympathy for the situation. He understood, in a way, that I wasn't being heartless. He didn't try to convince me otherwise. He simply wished me the best and moved on. From that point onward, things didn't get any better for her. She couldn't keep a job for long. Each time she found something, it seemed like she couldn't make it work. She wasn't disciplined enough, and her financial situation grew worse. She accumulated more and more debt, and the life she was leading became a constant struggle to survive. The money she earned barely covered her basic needs, and she found herself sinking deeper into poverty. She was living in a way that most people would find unimaginable, yet somehow, she seemed to be doing everything she could to make her situation worse. Meanwhile, Kyle, her ex-husband, wasn't faring much better. It wasn't long before his company went bankrupt. The business he had worked so hard to build collapsed, and he found himself without a job and without any means to support himself. His entire financial world crumbled in the blink of an eye. and I couldn't help but wonder if this was some sort of cosmic punishment. I couldn't say that I felt sorry for him. After all, he was the one who had walked away from his responsibilities just as much as she had. But I did feel a certain sympathy for him. Life can be unforgiving, especially when you've made poor decisions along the way. As for me and my husband, life had become simpler. We had moved to the countryside, away from the chaos. Our lives were much quieter now, and we spent our days enjoying the peace and tranquility that came with living in a rural area. It wasn't the kind of life I had imagined when I was younger, but it was fulfilling in its own way. We had our own small piece of the world. A place where we could find peace and happiness despite the turmoil that others were facing. There was no debt hanging over our heads, no financial instability, just the quiet contentment of knowing that we had made it. Sometimes I would think about my daughter-in-law and wonder if she would ever turn things around. I hoped that one day she would find the strength to take control of her life and stop relying on others for help. But I knew that it couldn't be me who saved her. She had to save herself. For now, though, my husband and I were content. We had our small life, and that was enough. We had learned that peace was more valuable than anything else, and that was something my daughter-in-law would need to learn for herself.